So today we're going to have a look at how to purchase a domain name. Depending on what domain name you want, if you want a .ie, a .com, a .co.uk, I'll leave it totally up to you, but I highly recommend those three. Now we're going to look at two different websites that you can purchase your domain name on. One being Register365 for the .ie, they also do .com and a few others. And then we're going to have a look at GoDaddy, which they do .com and .co.uk and a lot more than Register365. But for .ie, they do not do that registry. So we're going to look at Register365 first. I highly recommend them. If you want to use other platforms such as Let's Host Ireland, XYZ, whatever it may be, I'll totally leave that up to you. If you're comfortable working with them, that's not a problem. But this is a video for anyone who has never bought a domain before or wants to switch it up with their registry office with the domain. Anyway, we're going to start with the Register365 domain, and we're going to type in Ceremonies by Conor for me if I was to register my brand name, for example. So you type in your brand name here. We're going to click search domain, and you're going to see Ceremonies by Conor.ie is available, and then ceremoniesbyconor.com is available too, and they'll try and push you on that because it's already automatically ticked. In my opinion, you do not need more than one domain. Simple as that. You can always go back at a later date and see if it's still available, the .com. You can buy it there and then, but you're just putting a bigger bill towards you each year that doesn't need to be, because you're not going to connect this up to a website, whereas you would with the .ie, for example, if you picked to go with .ie. The .com, you're probably wondering, why would you not register your .com with Register365 and you'd rather register it with GoDaddy? Well, the simple fact is GoDaddy is a lot easier to connect up with different website platforms rather than Register365, where you kind of have to hard code it in, and you can get support to help you with that up here in the top corner. And the support is great. You can see there they have a phone number and the whole lot, and they are available. GoDaddy as well with support. Just want to put out there, they're 24/7, and they also have a live web chat in their contact us part of the website. So going back to this, .ie, we want to buy a .ie, we don't want to buy a .com. Turn this email off, turn the domain off, that we do not want to buy that, and we do not want an email with the ceremoniesbyconor.ie. We'll add that in at a separate date. So proceed to basket, and we want domain only. We do not want to buy a web builder or anything like that. We have our own. Click next. Now you'll see that ceremoniesbyconor.ie is available for the 1 year, perfect, and it's $2.99 excluding VAT. Including VAT, it's €3.68. Now you can click here and see what you're going to be paying next year, and it's going to be €43. So keep that in mind. I just do a year-on-year basis. Have a reminder on your phone when it's going to expire, just to make sure that it doesn't expire. So to make sure your domain doesn't expire, there's a few tips I would highly recommend. Number one being, you add multiple cards. You don't just add one card to your account. I would add a primary card and then a few secondary cards, because the primary card, when that expires from the bank, you can rely on the next cards to pay for your registration. So that, the second card may fail potentially, then it goes on to the third card. So you will never lose your domain if you just keep that in your head to add your cards, and also make sure that they're up to date and they're not going to expire sooner than later, you know what I mean? So keep that in mind. Also, another thing is that you will need to remember your login details for Register365 to make sure everything is in order. You can always check on it once every 3 to 6 months, just making sure your domain is in order and everything is up to date with regards your account. So to buy this domain now, we have ceremoniesbyconor.ie, register for 1 year, perfect, and we're delighted with the 1 year and the discount they're giving us. So we want to then create an account, and you want to fill all these details out, and onto the next page it'll ask for your card details, and add a few more cards in if you can. And then once you do that and you click purchase, you will then have an account with Register 365. Your domain will be with Register 365 with the .ie. There will be a small tab in there in your account settings, and it will have your domain, which is super. And yeah, just go through your account settings, make sure everything is up to date, and you do have different cards there, and that is that. And also you set your reminder on your phone. Now, time and time again, I see with a lot of clients that I used to work with, they would get notifications, most of them. They get notifications to say your domain is going to expire, your card is expired, please act now, log into your account and get it sorted. That is great if if those emails aren't going into spam. A lot of them have in the past, and people have lost their domain names because they didn't notice that these emails were coming in and they're going into spam. So it's vital that you just keep an eye on your domain name, and just every so often log in, make sure everything is all in order, and then log out. Support is always there as well, so if you were to link in your website or anything like that, you can always contact them and say, how do I link my website into my domain so it goes directly to there. They will walk you step by step through that process, and if you have any difficulties as well, you can always reach out to me on the learning platform. Now, once this is all done, you're sorted with a domain, and once it's all purchased, you're all sorted. Just remember your login details. So that's that. Also, yes, another one. Why not buy the .com on the Register 365 platform? As I said before, GoDaddy is a lot easier. It's one click away from connecting everything up, whereas Register 365, again, hard coding. So just be very mindful of that. If you're going to buy a .com, well then I highly recommend GoDaddy. .coms are a lot harder to get your business name registered with. So if I was to type in, for example, Google for a .com, I'll say Google's unavailable, because of course Google is bought by the Alphabet company. So we want Ceremonies by Connor, for example, and it is available. Super. So we're going to buy a .com over here. Now make it yours. So if you already have your domain bought, you already have one, you want the .ie, you don't have to do this step. But for people who want the .com, we're going to continue on, and we don't want domain protection. It's up to yourself, but I don't see any value in it. Maybe it's up to yourself, whatever way, it's up to your preferences. But for me, I never use it, and that is that. So we'll continue on. And they're going to try and sell it to you for 3 years, and you're getting 33% off. Say if we went for the 1 year, you're getting 45% off. I'd highly recommend going with the 1 year. And it tells you when you renew, and it's going to try and give you full domain protection. Again, up to yourself. And then once you're ready to purchase, you click I'm ready to pay. Now you're going to log in with your email or your Gmail and go to the checkout and purchase it, and then you're going to create an account automatically with GoDaddy, and that's that. Now, for example, if we wanted a .co.uk, it is available. It's $12.99 a year. So say for example we're going to click on that, and we're going to click continue. No domain protection. Just going to continue on. And what we want is for the year. And say if we had 2 in our baskets, we can delete 1. And we have ceremoniesbyconnor.co.uk, and then you want to click I'm ready to pay. And then pick how you want to set up your account, and then your payment details. Same premise goes for this. Add your card details, your primary and your secondaries, and that will be you with your domain. And yeah, once you purchase that, you have a domain name. So that is that.